And welcome back to the Erickson All Sports Facility. And that's such a neat sight still. Even with the year being as it is, it's still a great sight to see Mad Max leading the Parkersburg South Patriots onto the field. They got the bagpipes playing, and the troops are readying for battle. And it's just a very neat sight and a tradition that they have had. Coach Duvall started it a few years ago, having the bagpipes leading the guys onto the field, and it's something that has continued, and I'm glad to see that they've continued with that tradition. So we are minutes away from kickoff. We're going to be meeting at the center of the field to do the coin toss to see who will be receiving the ball first. There's a good shot of the captains coming to the center of the field. And they're going to be doing the coin toss. Number 73 is Zach Buchanan. Number 67 is Derek Rollison. Number 37 is Sean Coe. And number 8 is Zach Fickeisen. They will be the senior captains for this evening. Robert C. Byrd comes into this game undefeated. Record of 7-0, and I think our friends from the north of East Street Bridge, the Parkersburg High School Big Reds, would like to see a good performance out of the Patriots tonight too, because a one-loss R.C. Byrd might put them back closer to the top of the rankings themselves. So, of course, Parkersburg High School and Williamstown High School all going down to defeat last weekend. Wood County 0-3 last weekend. We haven't had one of those weekends for quite some time. And they're shaking hands at midfield, and we're going to get ready to play some football here in a little bit. And I believe, I'm not sure who won the toss, but it looks like R.C. Byrd's going to be getting the ball first. Fall sports season winding down. We are going to be bringing you, after this one, we're going to be bringing you one more volleyball game at PHS and one more football game also at PHS. So the fall season already, it seems like it's went by so quickly, and it's already winding down. And so glad we were able to be able to bring you these sports. This year has been quite, there's just a lot of improvements in the way that we've been presenting the games, better graphics, better views, and in the very near future we're going to be introducing instant replay as well. So very exciting time with CAS Channel 45, being able to bring you these great sporting events. Trent James is coming onto the field, so there will be a Parkersburg South kickoff. And as soon as R.C. Byrd enters the field, I'll let you know who will be receiving the kick. A couple people back deep for the Eagles, wearing the teal pants and white jerseys with blue trim. Also the teal numerals as well. It's like number 11 is back there, which is Jordan Griffin, and number 34, which is Sean Swigger. Already setting up for what it looks like an onside kick. And he kicks it high up in the air. They're going to try and do a pooch kick already. And Coach Bolin from the get-go trying some different things. You normally don't see a game started off by an onside kick. But definitely some adjustments needing to be made right there, even though R.C. Byrd was able to get the recovery. It was a little bit of a it was a close play there for a little bit. It was a nice kick by James, kicking it high up in the air. It went the 10 yards. It went the amount of yards that it needed to go. It just happened to be recovered by R.C. Byrd. So they're going to be starting off at their own 45-yard line. Under center is Cody Gilmore, the 6'4" senior quarterback, and he pitches it out to number 2, who goes around the right end, still on his feet, and finally knocked out of bounds. past midfield, almost to the 45-yard line. Number 2's name is Zach Loesch. And it's going to be a very sizable game. They're going to mark it all the way to the 43-yard line of South. So a 12-yard gain there for Loesch. It looked like he might have been stopped in the backfield, but he was able to get around the right end. And once he did that, he had lots of room to run. So a 12-yard gain for Loesch. First down and 10 from the South 43-yard line. High formation, you got one receiver split out to the left. Gilmore gets the snap. And there was a number of Parkersburg South Patriots there waiting to pounce on him. There was a play action in there, but nobody went for the fake. And Gilmore was sacked right at the 50-yard line. I saw Hunter Ferguson in on the tackle, but there was 2 or 3 others on there as well. So that's going to make it second down. There was a 7-yard loss on the play. Now first time seeing shotgun formation and 5 wide receivers. Shotgun. Quick throw over to number 11. Makes a move on the left sideline. He's got a little bit more room to run now. That reception made to number 11, Jordan Griffin. Just a little sideline pass. And after he caught the ball, he was able to make a move on the cornerback and get another few yards down the field. So good play there by the Eagles varsity Byrd. They're going to spot the ball at the 29-yard line, first down and 10. Excuse me, folks. I am in horrible voice tonight, so I will try to remember to turn my microphone down every time I cough. But first down and 10 in shotgun formation again. More 4 wide receiver set this time. You've got a couple people open, and this time the receiver just misses it. It was a pass that probably should have been led a little bit better, but still went right through his hands. Number 18 there was the intended receiver, which was Corey Colley. Second down and 10. South needs to see more of that. And quickly going to shotgun formation. We saw this a number of times last week for their homecoming game that they played last week. Their opponent went to 5 wide receiver and 4 wide receiver sets very often. Back to passes Gilmore, and he throws it kind of up in the air, but the receiver was there to catch it. That was number 24, Cole Kirby. Reception made, first down inside the 10-yard line, so it will be first down and goal. They'll spot the ball at the 9-yard line. They started off the game with a rush. That might have thrown off the Patriots a little bit. As I said, it's a pretty wide open passing attack that the Eagles have. But then after that, consecutive passing attempts. The first one actually was a quick sack. But they haven't been able to get that same sort of pressure since that one handoff. Quickly tackled. Couple yard gain maybe. That was number 2 again, Zach Loesch. Second down and goal. I'm sure they'll mark it close to the 7-yard line. Looks like they didn't get anything on that, so it's going to be second down and goal again. Still at the 9-yard line. Gilmore. Fumble. And Gilmore was able to, no, it wasn't Gilmore. It was Loesch that was able to jump on the loose ball. So the Eagles retain possession. Now it's third down. Loss of 4 on the play, so third down. We'll spot the ball on the 13-yard line. Shotgun formation. 5 wide receivers. And just overthrown. The receiver went inside and Gilmore threw high. And so no connection made on that play. It makes it 4th down. Gilmore comes to the sideline to get some instruction from Coach Brian Fisher. And it appears they will go for it. The kicker's number is number 28, and he's not on the field. So they're going to go for it. 4th down, 13 yards to pay dirt. Shotgun formation again. 3 receivers to the right. Gilmore, he looks left. Lob pass, intercepted, and he's got a little bit of sideline to go. So a poor choice there by Gilmore. Looked like Fickeisen was the one that got the interception. Yes, it was. The senior wearing number 8 gets the interception. So turnover on the Eagles, and Parkersburg South will take over for the first time. Four wide receiver set. They had 3 to the right, and they threw to the left, and he threw into actually what turned out to be close to double coverage. So South will take over for the first time. They're going to spot the ball on the 7-yard line. Now, I don't think that's where he was tackled. There must have been something on there that made them bring it back. I thought he got a little bit farther out. McMullen under center. Fumble. Oh, no. Okay, they're going to say 2nd down. For a minute there, the way that the RC Byrd players were reacting, that they must have thought that they got the ball. They did not. It was recovered. It was a fumbled exchange there from center to McMullen. But somebody was able to pounce on it for the Patriots, so that's going to be 2nd down. They actually lost a yard on the play, which will make it 2nd down and 11. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line. Hand off to Coe, and he's quickly stopped. Nowhere to go. If he got back to the original line of scrimmage, I'll be very surprised. Third down, 11. Ball still spotted. Actually, no, I was right. Spotted at the 6-yard line, so it should be 3rd down and 12. Inside handoff, and Ferguson has a little bit of room close to a first down. We'll have to see where the final spot is. No, they're still a couple yards short. So 4th down and 2 from the 16, 15-yard line. And Trent James on to punt. Snap, and here's the punt. And there's a fumble there. Trying to pick it up is number 11, Jordan Griffin. If he just picks it up, he doesn't lose 5 yards, that's for sure. But he was trying to keep it alive and try and pick it up and see if he can make some sort of a return. But by the time he messed around with the ball, he had 4 or 5 Patriots ready to converge. So decent punt for Trent James. And this time, the Eagles will begin this next series on the 35-yard line. And Gilmore comes back on. Somebody's trying to get some equipment fixed here. And they are going to have to, well, they've still got 13 seconds left. And I don't know what's going on here. They're going to call a delay. Okay, they're going to call a delay of game penalty. I don't think it was at 0 yet, but the referee He still had plenty of time on the play clock. They're still going to mark off 5 yards. And the coach is getting an explanation right now, and I don't know. What could they possibly say? There was still time left on the clock. You have to wait till 0 before you can call the flag, but the referee decided to call the delay game penalty anyway. So make it first down, 15 on their own 30-yard line. And now the referee's going to go and also explain to Coach Bolin, what's going on. And I wish I knew. This game will be replayed Saturday night at 7 p.m. and Sunday night at 7 p.m. as well. And remember, the next time we come to you live, it will be Tuesday, volleyball. PHS takes on Woodrow Wilson at the field house, the campus of Parkersburg High School. That'll be at 7 p.m. on Tuesday right here on CAS Channel 45. Lots and lots and lots of confusion on the field right now. I have no idea what the problem is. All right, looks like we're ready to play. I heard somebody on the RC Byrd fan say that that's enough commercials. Well, it's not our fault, folks. There's something on what's going on with the referees. So first down and 15. There's a blitz by South, and Loesch is able to get away from it, and he's down the field, still on his feet, and he has broken free, and he will score. 70-yard touchdown run for Zach Loesch. He gets around the right end, and once he gets past the secondary, nobody's there to catch him. Amazing after that huge weight. The next play in this passing style offense is a 70-yard rush. So now on to kick the extra point will be Garrett Jackson. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is good. So the score now, RC Byrd 7, Parkersburg South 0. And after a little bit of delay, and we still don't know exactly what happened with the delay, very next play from scrimmage from RC Byrd was a 70-yard touchdown run by Zach Loesch. So the score is 7-0, and the ensuing kickoff is going to go out of bounds. Trying a similar approach to what South did at the beginning of the ball game. They wanted to kick it high, except this one just went a little bit farther down the field. Remember, though, when the ball is kicked, it is a live ball. It doesn't have to be touched by anybody. The team that kicks the ball can pick it up and go for a score. So, and right now South actually kind of let that one scoot out of bounds, and there was a couple RC Byrd players that were fairly close to it at that moment. Nonetheless, it does go out of bounds, so the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line, I believe. Actually, they're going to elect for the re-kick. They usually do not do that. They usually take the, because that's usually 15 yards better than a touchback. So you got to think that that's what they're going to do. But no, they're going to make them go back 5 yards and kick it from the 35-yard line instead. So some peculiar things going on tonight at the Erickson All Sports Facility. Just a weird vibe happening out here. So Jackson will tee it up at the 35-yard line. And he will kick it again. A little bit more air underneath this one. And it is caught by a Patriot and brought up the field. And finally tackled, I believe, at the 35-yard line. So pretty much the exact same place they would have been if they would have just taken the kick in the first place. Actually, no, 31-yard line. So they actually, a net loss of 4 yards there, but so the Patriots now take over on offense, down 7-0. McMullen under center. Joe Reed split out to the right. Coe and Ferguson in the backfield. And handoff this time to Ferguson, and he was stopped immediately. The tackler was practically there as the handoff. He almost could have taken the handoff away, so there will be a minimal loss on the play. They just actually maybe about a half yard at best. So second down, and we'll call it a short 11. We've had some rain in the last 24 hours here at the Erickson All Sports facility, and the field actually looks pretty good considering the rain that we did have. So next play is another handoff to Ferguson. And again, actually this was Joe Reed this time, and stopped very quickly once again. So it's going to be another long third down play. Actually, probably another yard lost on the play. And South does not want to be in these long third down situations. The defense is penetrating, and many times the ball carrier is being stopped in the backfield. McMullen keeps the ball. He rolls out to the right. He's got a little bit of room to run. Still on his feet. Takes a hit. Takes another hit. And I think he's got enough for the first down. We'll have to see what the final spot is. And yes, he does get the first down. So nice gain there by Zach McMullen. Rolling around the right end. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. First positive movement for the South Patriots in this ball game. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Joe Reed in motion, handoff to Ferguson, and he finally gets past the initial wave, and he gets a couple of yards. At least 4, maybe 5. We'll see what the final spot is. And they do spot the ball about the 47-yard line, so that'll be, 46-yard line, 5-yard gain for Ferguson. Handoff to Coe, and it looks like he got enough for the first down. They're going to move the chains, so good 6-7 yard gain for Sean Coe, another senior. And he crosses the midfield stripe. He gets actually to the 47-yard line for RC Byrd, so a couple of nice runs consecutively. So we got a first down and 10, 47-yard line. McMullen looks around, gets a snap from off, inside handoff to Ferguson, and he's trying to power for some more yards. There's a flag down on the play. If the play stands, it'll go as about a 4-yard gain. It's usually in the area of holding. It is. That's the call. It's actually going to be an offsetting penalty. So we'll just line it up again at the 47-yard line. We'll do it all over again. There was a holding penalty on South, but there was a face mask penalty on RC Byrd. So offsetting penalties mean we do it over. So McMullen calls out some signals. Hands the ball off inside. That RC Byrd pressure is pretty good. I mean, it is affecting McMullen the minute he gets the ball. Nonetheless, the gain was a decent one for Ferguson. He did get 3 yards, make it 2nd down and 7 from the 44-yard line. A quarterback keeper there, and he gets close to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 41. So another 3-yard gain, and make it a 3rd down and about 4. So another big 3rd down, but not quite so long. They've had a couple of 3rd and 10s and 3rds and 11s. So this is a fairly manageable 3rd down situation. Reed in motion. Inside handoff to Ferguson. Powering, trying to get more yards, but it's going to end up being about anywhere from 1 to 2 yard gain. So it's going to be a 4th down and short, maybe 2 yards. An RC Byrd player coming up hobbling. And not to sound heartless or anything, that's the player we got to go to. Because he's still on the field, still hobbling, trying to walk it off. So it's a big 4th down play for South. Just 1:10 left in the first quarter. Inside handoff to Ferguson. And he runs up, and he's got enough for the 1st down as he crosses the 35-yard line to the 34. And welcome back. South driving. Just a minute left in the first quarter. Handoff to Sean Coe, and he's met in the backfield, and that's going to go as a loss. They had a couple of really nice runs that they have put together, but that one is going to go for a loss. They started this drive on their own 31-yard line, and through the legs of Sean Coe, Hunter Ferguson, and Zach McMullen, they have been able to get the ball into RC Byrd territory. But that was a loss on the play, just 1 yard though, so it makes it 2nd down 11. 31 seconds left in the first quarter. They might be able to get another play off of this one, after this one. Fake handoff to Coe, and McMullen's gonna look for somebody to throw to. Nobody, everybody's covered, so he's gonna tuck the ball and run. He gets close to the 30-yard line. He might have passed it. They're going to mark it pretty much right at the 30-yard line. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. And now it's official. So we are now finished the first quarter of play here at the Erickson All Sports facility. South is driving down 7-0 to the Eagles of RC Byrd High School. We'll be back for the second quarter right here on CAS Channel 45. And we are now about to begin the second quarter. Zach McMullen under center, South driving. He keeps the ball, a little bit of an option play, but he does not give up the ball. Joe Reed was right by him. He's going to take it for a loss. And that's going to make it 4th down. They've made one 4th down conversion. They made a long 3rd down conversion, 3rd and 11 on this same drive. And again, it appears like they are going to go for it. Just 6 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to hurry up. There's a reverse. Reed's got a little bit of room to work with. And he's brought down. There's a flag on the play. I don't know if he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's see what the call is anyway. There's going to be an illegal block on South. So they're going to have to find out where the ball is. Oh, okay. I thought maybe if he didn't get enough for the 1st down, they might decline it. So that obviously means he did get enough for the 1st down. So we're going to knock it back. It'll be 4th down. They're going to mark the ball at the 44-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down in a bunch. 4th down and 16. 19. 4th down and 19. So now we do see Trent James. So a nice drive for South, but a couple of plays there at the end where they stalled and a couple of mistakes along the way as well, and nothing to show for that nice drive. So Trent James will be on his own 43-yard line. He gets the snap. Here comes the punt. And pretty much straight up in the air. Hopefully they'll get a decent bounce. And no, they get an opposite bounce. And it's down by number 3, Zach McMullen. Close to the right sideline there. And they're going to mark the ball at about the 32, 31, 31-yard line. So about a 15-yard punt right there by Trent James. So the Eagles take over on offense. Cody Gilmore. He'll be in shotgun formation. Inside handoff to number 11. Still on his feet, and he's actually slips. If he doesn't make that move, he might get a few more yards. That's Jordan Griffin. And this wide open passing attack for R.C. Byrd is kind of taking a step back because the running game is doing quite well for itself. $24-yard gain on that run. Mark it at the South 45. 1st down and 10. 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Shotgun formation. Wide open on the side. They were giving him a lot of open coverage right there. Matter of fact, Gilmore wanted the center to snap the ball right away because he knew that they were going to be really way back. So he was able to get a very quick pass off. It'll be a 1st down after that catch to Griffin. Hey, why not? Let's go to 5 wide receivers again. Gilmore gets a snap. Little pressure. And almost picked off by South. It was actually deflected at first. It went off the hands of a receiver for the Eagles, number 18, Corey Colley. And it was almost picked off by South. So 2nd down and 10. Almost another turnover, though. Gilmore in the shotgun formation once again. Got a receiver in motion. The snap. Sideline pattern. And this time he pretty much throws it away. Trying to get a receiver calling at the left sideline there. He kind of put it up for grabs. He was the only one that was going to be able to get it. But also a fairly safe pass in the fact that it went out of bounds. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. You would think that this would be a passing play, passing situation, but they have been very good with the rushing game too. So number of receivers. Shotgun formation, receiver in motion. Snap to Gilmore, and he slips and falls. And it's going to go as a pretty cheap sack for, I didn't see the number. Fickeisen looks like number 8 will be credited for the sack. But Gilmore was the one that slipped, so another loss on the play. And R.C. Byrd will, I think, punt on this situation. Number 84 is back. Jordan Swigger, he will be the one doing the punting. And back for South will be Joe Reed and Chance Jarrell. Couple of speedsters. Bad snap. No. Well, okay, he's going to do a soccer or a rugby style punt. And this is going to get all the way into the, well, no, it takes a great bounce. Let's see where they spot it. Flag on the play. This might be a situation because it looks like they would have downed it at the 1 yard line. This might be a situation. No. Okay, he was talking to a South player. Then now the call is a holding call on the defense? How can you have a holding call on defense on a punt formation play? Okay, it had to have been on the run itself, but there was no run. All right, perplexed am I. Nonetheless, all it means is that Parkersburg South gets to go 99 yards now. Let's see if they're up to the challenge. That ball is spotted at the 1 yard line, actually inside the 1 yard line. Probably the first play will just be Zach McMullen just trying to get some breathing room. And that was a quarterback keeper. And breathing room at best would probably be a yard. 2nd down and 9. They'll spot the ball at the 1.5 yard line. Another bunch formation for South. Coe in motion. Inside handoff to Ferguson. And he's able to get a yard, maybe 2, and then he's brought down. So it'll be a 3rd down, probably 7 when it's all said and done, sorted out. He got more than that. Looks like he got 3 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 6. But now they have a little bit more room to work with now. Full house backfield, and just nothing there. Just a lot of penetration from the Eagles. Getting past the offensive line and able to get a defender on the ball carrier just about at will. So no gain. Well, actually, they'll give him a yard, so it's 4th down and 5. And on the field, Trent James will be punting it away. And he'll need a better effort than the one that he had the last time. There was a defender in there, but he fell down, was not able to make the block. Another muffed punt there, but he was able to pick it up this time. That would be Jordan Griffin. Making it interesting on the punt receiving there. So after he was able to collect it and get a couple of yards, they'll spot the ball at the 25-yard line. So great field position for the Eagles. They've been in scoring position on a couple of different occasions. One time was ended with a turnover as Gilmore threw an interception to Fickeisen. And then one was ended in where they ended up having to punt. Gilmore under center. Pitch out to Loesch, who's got a little bit of room to work with. Finally brought down close to the 20-yard line. Fickeisen with the tackle. 2nd down and 5. South showing blitz. It's picked up, but they've got 3 or 4 guys that are able to make the tackle, and they do get the runner down in the backfield, so there's going to be a sizable loss on the play. Ferguson on the tackle. Loesch with the carry for the Eagles. So that pretty much negates the first rush, so it'll be 3rd down and 10. And we need a good defensive stand here from the Patriots to hold them to little or no points. Gilmore under center, so not going to the big formation or multiple receiver set. And another timeout taken. That is their 2nd timeout for RC Byrd. They have 1 left, while South has all 3 of their allotment. Let's go ahead and take a quick break ourselves. We're watching CAS Channel 45's coverage of high school football. Big 3rd down here for the Eagles. 3rd down and 9. Shotgun formation. There's a big blitz, but a screen pass, and it is caught by Loesch, and he will not have enough for the 1st down. He's knocked out of bounds, but that it will set up a short 4th down. South was able to get a decent rush that time, but that one was actually by design. Every time you throw a screen pass like that, you're basically wanting the lineman to come in, and that opens up the outsides, and that's exactly what happened there. So it's going to be 4th down. It's going to be 2 yards for the 1st down. Another tight formation for RC Byrd. And they're going to call a timeout. I think they were hoping they were going to call or get South to jump, but they were not able to do that. So 4th down and 2 for the Eagles. We'll go ahead and keep it here. 4 minutes and 58 seconds. It's been a pretty one-sided matchup, despite what the score says, only being 7-0. RC Byrd took the opening kickoff, and actually it was a pooch kick or an onside style kick, so they ended up with pretty decent field position. They marched the ball right down the field, but it ended up in an interception by Zach Fickeisen. So Parkersburg South took over after the turnover, went 3 and out, had to punt it away back to RC Byrd. And after a little bit of a stall in the offense, they were able to break off a 70-yard touchdown rush by Zach Loesch, and that was the only score of the ball game. Since then, we've had a couple of turnovers on downs, and both teams have had to punt on a number of occasions as well. But we stand at 7-0. South still in pretty decent shape. This is going to have to be a big stand right here, though. RC Byrd just has to get 2 yards for the 1st down. Looks to be a pretty wide open. 5 wide receivers once again. Gilmore gets the snap. He looks quickly for the throw right at the right sideline there, right at about the 11-yard line, and that will be enough for a 1st down. Nice catch there by Jordan Griffin. So they move the sticks with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left in the 1st half. Ball will be spotted at the 12. Looks closer to the 11-yard line. It's a different alignment here. It's going to be a direct snap to number 11, Griffin. Number 8 actually went out and was in the wide receiver formation. So 2nd down and 4. They still can get a 1st down. It's 2nd down and 4 at the 5-yard line. And now we got 4 wide receivers, and now it's number 11 lined up in the quarterback position once again. It'll be a quick throw out to the right side, and he will be in for the score. I see no flags on it, so that play will stand. So that will be a touchdown pass from Jordan Griffin, and I believe it was number 34 with the catch, and that would have been Sean Swigger. So the score now is 13-0. And on the field now for the Eagles will be Garrett Jackson. He will be kicking the extra point, or at least attempting it. Quarterback Cody Gilmore will be doing the holding. Snap good, hold good, kick good as well. So with 4 minutes, 42 seconds left in the first half, RC Byrd goes up 14-0 over South. He'll be getting the kick, though. Let's see if they can retaliate. You're watching CAS Channel 45. And we're getting set to be underway. Once again, the kick from Jackson goes to number 2, Ferguson, who gets hit about the 15-yard line, who's able to move for about another 8 yards, finally get down at the 23-yard line. So South will take over, down 14. It could be worse. Brian Hooper on the field for South. He'll be one of the split ends. He's part of that team speed that I talk about. McMullen with the snap, quick handoff to Ferguson once again. Couple yard gain, give him 3. Inside handoff. This time to number 24, and he actually gets through for a decent gain. That would be Joe Reed. That will move the chains. First down, close to the 40-yard line, mark it at the 37-yard line. It was a slow developing play, but once it got in the hands of Joe Reed, he was able to do something with it, and it's going to be a decent gain, so give him a first down. McMullen looks around, calls out some signals. Coe in motion, snap to McMullen. He drops back, looking for somebody to throw to. Just no time. He's got to tuck it and run. It's going to go for a yard. Very easily could have been a loss, though. So good scrambling there by Zach McMullen. They're going to mark it at the original line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play, but it's still good that he got back to where he was. Just not enough time. The coverage must be very good, and the time that McMullen has not been good, so that usually spells to a pretty sore quarterback by the end of the day. Second down, 10. Coe in motion. McMullen will pitch it to Coe. He's got some room to work with. Nice run by Sean Coe to make it a third down and around 4. Maybe even 3. See where they finally spot it. Okay, I'm wrong. 2. Excellent. Can we hear 1? Yeah, they just said 1 on the scoreboard, so I got my wish. How about a couple $1,000? Third down and 1. Inside handoff this time to Ferguson. And it'll just depend on the spot. Looked like his initial movement forward was stopped. He was able to get a little bit of a second effort. It'll just depend on where they spot the ball, though. And they're going to call for a measurement because that's awful close. And he will be about a half yard short. So I would expect the ball in the hands of either McMullen on a quick keeper or possibly quick handoff to Ferguson. No matter what, they are definitely going for it. 4th down and inches. Minute 37 left in the first half on their own 47-yard line. Broken play, I don't know. McMullen, and he was chased down. And it will be a first down. I don't know if that was a broken play, but McMullen did a pretty good job improvising, whatever the play call was. Basically had to run for his life, but he gets close to the midfield stripe. And South will decide to go ahead and take a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Just a minute and 26 left in the first half. Coming up at the half, we'll give you the Dowlers Tractor Sales halftime show. We'll give you a performance from the band. If the cheerleaders will perform, we'll give you that as well. We've been told many times that we like it when we just show the band and I shut up. So I'll be happy to do that. I'm in the voice right now that I got. I'll be happy to shut up for a little while. But we'll give you the performance from the band, and we'll pass along some names of some seniors too as we honor those folks tonight on senior night. Last home football game of the 2007 season. And it's been a long, long season for Parkersburg South fans. But those that can look at the big picture, the improvements have been made. We've had a couple of games during the season that were very good. Definite moments of brightness. And we got some offensive players like McMullen coming back for the 2007 season. It'll be, or 2008 season. That'll be his senior campaign. We got Hunter Ferguson, a big bruising running back. He's only a sophomore, folks, so he's going to be back for a couple years. Got a lot of team speed on this team as well. So as long as the program can develop, we're going to see some good things out of the Parkersburg South football program. First down and 10. And off to McMullen keeps it. Looks for somebody to throw to, and the ball was intended for Fick Eisen, but it falls about a yard in front of him. So it'll be second down and 10. Just a yard away from the midfield stripe. Second down and 10. McMullen in shotgun formation. He rolls out a little bit to his right. He's got Ferguson open on the right sideline, but not able to make the catch. So make it third down and 10. Just a couple more seconds, 6 off the clock. It's a minute 15 left in the first half. Handoff, no, it's a keeper to McMullen, and he is sacked right away. Again, penetration from R.C. Byrd, number 35, was on the play. Jeremiah Holyfield, and also number 53, Anthony Holyfield, so that was pretty cool. So make it fourth down and 10. Actually, fourth down and a whole lot. That was fourth down and 10. Their third down was the play and 10, and they lost 7 on the play. So it's going to be fourth down and 17. Trent James on the field to punt. And they're probably just going to take as much time as they can take before the game clock goes almost to 0:00. We are at 28. They'll take it all the way down to 1 second on the 30-second clock and take a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. The penetration on that play was, almost instantaneous. McMullen got the ball, did the fake handoff, and he did not have time to turn around and pass because there was pressure on him immediately, and he was brought down immediately as well. So South will have to put on the way. There's 25 ticks left on the clock. And a wide-ranging pro-style offense, such as R.C. Byrd. It's going to have to be a decent punt for them to not try for the end zone. Let's just say that. They're on their own 38-yard line. So James is going to have to get some yardage on this. Would not be a bad idea to really protect a little bit more, make sure the last couple of punts that James had, there has been an extensive amount of pressure on him. And they are going to send the house, folks. There's 9 people on the line. And not a tremendous punt, but it's got a decent roll to it. It's going to make it all the way to about the 28-yard line. So didn't look like a great punt at first, but it turned out to be a wonderful punt by Trent James. So they're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line. 14 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what the R.C. Byrd coaches have up their sleeves for those remaining couple of seconds here in the first half. Multiple receivers. Lineman playing a little musical chairs there. There's the snap. Roll out to the right, close to the right sideline, and missed. Incomplete. 9 seconds left on the clock. Trying to keep short chunks of yardage close to the sideline so they can control that clock. They have no timeouts left. So this is going to have to be pay dirt right here. Gilmore with the snap and an inside handoff, so they're going to be content to roll out the clock. Lowe still on his feet, though, pinballing around and out of bounds, and there's still a second. We'll go ahead and say 1.2 seconds left on the clock. And that actually turned out to be a pretty good play for R.C. Byrd, because now with an arm like Gilmore, I think he could probably put 50 yards underneath the ball, whereas a 70-yard pass would be probably a little bit more difficult. So they are definitely within range. They go to that 5 wide receiver set. South is going to have to play some serious prevent defense right here. There we go, 5 wide receivers. Let's see how far Cody Gilmore can throw a ball. Intercepted, and a little bit of room to work with is number 4. But finally brought down. Nice interception there by Ryan Stoll, and that's going to end the first half. And if he gets that ball closer to the sideline, who knows what's happening. So that's going to end the first half. Right now, we got R.C. Byrd with the score of 14, South 0. We'll be back with the Dowlers Tractor Sales halftime show right here on CAS Channel 45. And welcome back to the Erickson All Sports facility for the second half of tonight's ball game between the South Patriots and the Robert C. Byrd Eagles. Eagles with the lead 14-0, and in many senses it could be a little bit worse. There's been a couple situations where interception here and turnover on downs there, and there's definitely been a couple more opportunities for Robert C. Byrd, but with the score 14-0, South needs to should be happy with the fact that they're only down 2, and they'll be actually getting the ball in to start off the second half. While we got this moment, and it looks like they're getting ready to tee it up, let me go ahead and mention the senior football players for South. You got Zach Vickheisen, who is number 8. Trent James is the kicker, number 10. Cody Inman, number 21. Corey Hamilton wearing number 25. He's injured for tonight's ball game. That's why we haven't mentioned his name up to this point. Sean Coe, 37. Anthony Oth, number 50. The center. Derek Rollison, number 67. Matt Seckman, number 68. Jason Spar, number 69. Mitch Mills wearing number 71. And there's the kick, by the way. And Ferguson is the one that receives it. Does a little juke move, and he gets it to about the 26-yard line. Zach Buchanan wearing number 73. David Van Kirk wearing number 75. Mike Boone wearing number 76. And the final senior, Patrick Byrd, and he wears number 82. So there's the senior ball players, and they will be missed. This is a good nucleus of seniors. Now, we do have an injury on the field. I did not catch a number. A good nucleus of seniors there, and they will be missed on this squad. And I do think that the future is looking up for Parkersburg South as the program of John Bolin goes on. I think things definitely will be on the upswing. I tell you that I'm seeing a lot of the players on campus. Me being a teacher at South, I get to see some of the players on campus, and they do have a new commitment to the program in and of itself, where it can be, whether it's the weightlifting and the just the commitment levels that they are showing. You can see that they're buying into the program, and as long as they can continue on with that respect, I think as I said, things are looking up. They've got lots of team speed. A lot of the principal players on offense and defense are underclassmen, meaning they will be back next year. So I think things are looking up for the program. Still tending to the injured Parkersburg South Patriot. I did not catch a number. And he is flat on his back, folks, and this is not normally when a player is injured, there's some movement and some a little bit more response. And right now I'm not seeing a lot of movement from the legs and arms right now, so we could be dealing with a somewhat serious injury. You know what, folks? Let's go ahead and take an injury timeout. Let's let the medical trainers do what they need to do for this young gentleman. We'll be back. We're watching CAS Channel 45. I guess we're going to go ahead and keep it here, and they do actually have him now up, which is a pretty good sign, actually. If it was a more serious injury, they would be dealing with a little bit more gingerly, and they might even have the ambulance on the field. But it looks like he might be okay. Well, again, I still have not seen a number. They are taking a lot of time, though, making sure he's all right. And that would be Joe Reed, and he is able to make it off the field. He's under his own power, but he looks like he might be a little bit out on his feet. So nice response from the Parkersburg South and also the crowds on the RC Byrd side of the field as well. Always a very tense moment. You just hate to see that. Injuries are a part of the sport, but you still hate to see it. And it looks like he will be tended to a little bit more on the sideline, but it looks like he will be okay. So the Parkersburg South Patriots will take over now. 11:53, just a couple of couple seconds ticked off the clock here in the second half. Zach McMullen gets the snap, inside handoff to Coe, and he's trying to score it away, but he just can't do it, and the defensive player holds on. Number 52, Ricky Wright with the tackle. So there will be a loss on the play, about 4 yards. So they will take over second down. Coming on the field for South will be Garrett Foggin, number 5. He'll be in the split end position. He'll be filling in for Reed. Ferguson in the backfield. Coe in motion, excuse me. Inside handoff to Ferguson. And he gets almost to the 30-yard line. There's going to be a flag down on the play. Illegal shift on the Patriots. So knock it back 5, negate the run and knock it back 5. I think one receiver was not set when the other one went in formation or went into motion. So that's where the call stands. So second down and a long 18. Shotgun formation for McMullen. And quickly, lots of pressure on him. Once again, he's got to tuck and run. And McMullen is just not having any time whatsoever. So it's going to be a third down and a little bit even longer than where they were. Third down and 22 is the final tally. McMullen rolls out. He's got a receiver and that just not able to connect with the ball. The pass was a good 2 yards and away from Hunter Ferguson, not able to make the catch, so make it fourth down and a bunch. So by rights, RC Byrd should have pretty good field position now after they receive this punt. James with the snap, and he gets off a pretty decent punt. It's a line drive, but it's gonna move. Griffin has a little trouble picking it up. He finds an opening, and he's gonna go in for a pretty easy score. I don't know where he found the seam at, but once he got it, the only person that he had to beat was James, and James was being blocked by 3 guys. So it's gonna be another score for RC Byrd, make it 20-0. About a 43-yard punt return. So 20-0 is the score. Cody Gilmore is the holder. The kicker is Garrett Jackson. Snap, hold, kick, all good. And make the score now 21-0. South will get the ball on the ensuing kickoff. It's 9:46 left on the clock. We're watching CAS Channel 45's coverage of high school football. Off to number 2, Hunter Ferguson, who receives the ball about the 6-yard line. He runs the length of the field, and he finds an opening on the right sideline, and he's got some room to move. He's just got the kicker to beat. And the kicker able to make the stop, but a great kickoff return by Hunter Ferguson. He received the ball actually on the left hash mark, about the 6-yard line. He ran all the way to the right sideline, found a seam, and was able to get it up the field, finally tackled by the kicker, Jackson, about the 33-yard line. So great return there, about a 54-yard return right there. Very close to breaking it all the way. If it hadn't been for the kicker, it might have happened. So McMullen gets the snap inside, reverse handoff, and went from Coe to number 4. Ryan Stahl, just no time. They need a little bit more time to get these plays run off. That play just takes a long time to materialize because McMullen hands the ball off to Coe, then Coe hands the ball off again on the inside to Stahl. By that time, there's just too much penetration for the South to do anything about it. So it's going to be a sizable loss, about 6 yards. There's a fumble on the play. Coe picks it up at the 50-yard line. There's a lot of movement on that play. I thought they might have called a false start or an encroachment penalty, but no penalty was called. The snap goes all the way back to about the 45-yard line. Coe picks it up, and he's able to get at least a little bit of forward movement out of it, but still it's going to be marked at the 50-yard line, third down at 17. And actually more than that, it's going to be third down and 26 is the final tally. So they got to go over half the field where they are at to get a first down. Oh, trying an inside slant pattern, and the linebacker was able to deflect it, almost intercept it. And I have a feeling that if he would have made a clean catch, there would have been a lot of green to cover. Nonetheless, like a typical linebacker, he would probably have, well, I was a lineman, so I can say this, he probably got the hands like feet kind of syndrome. Not able to make the catch. Lucky for South, but all that means is they get the punt it now from their own 50-yard, or from the 50-yard line. Here comes the punt from James. And it's down close to the 35-yard line. I can see a lot of spirited play still from the seniors, and that's good to see. Sean Coe went down there and completely just leveled somebody, trying to go for the tackler and tried to also go for the ball. So it's good to see that kind of spirit out there, even being down 21. It's the last home game for the seniors for South. So the Eagles take over now. They're going to be on their own 28-yard line. Gilmore under center. Got a receiver in motion. Handoff. And another seam found, and then about a 5-yard gain finally brought down. And that was Loesch on the run. Loesch started off the scoring about halfway through the first quarter when he broke off a 70-yard run going around the right end. And a team that's known for its passing attack, and but many accounts say a limited running attack. They are not showing that tonight, being very balanced, looking good on pretty much all the facets of the game. Receiver in motion. Gilmore hands the ball off to Loesch once again up the middle, and he breaks free, and he is still on his feet, folks, being chased, and he will be tackled. Finally about the 12-yard line. Another great run for Loesch. He's going to be almost close to 200 yards rushing on the day. Finally brought down by Hooper. But he gets the ball to the 14-yard line. '84 in motion. That is Jordan Swagger. Hand off to Loesch once again. This time he's tackled. Flag down on the play. He's going to be calling a hold on this one, I'm sure. Holding is the call. So knock it back 10. First down and 20. So 3 consecutive running plays, all fairly successful except for that last one being in the hold. It still went for a pretty decent gain before they brought it back, so it's going to be first down and 20, 24-yard line. Gilmore in a shotgun formation. Inside handoff to Loesch up the middle. Lots of room to run. Nobody was covering him. Everybody looking for the pass. And that's what you get when you got a passing attack like R.C. Byrd that has to be respected. And even when they got their 3 and 4 wide receiver sets, still tough to cover. The defense is pretty much spent on trying to keep up with the receivers. That leaves the middle of the field wide open for a nice draw play like what they just did. So another running play. Got back to 10 from the hold, so it's second down and 10. Sean Swagger in motion. Hand off to Loesch once again. They're just going to run their running back for a while, see what happens. Brought down by number 5, Garrett Foggin. Eric Robinson comes up a little hobbly for South on that last play. He's going to try and walk it off. And okay, I thought maybe for a second a timeout was called, but they're just at the at the sideline getting the last minute instructions. 6 left on the game clock. 2-1, able to get the snap off. Roll out to the left, and wide open was Swigert, but he got hit pretty hard close to the goal line. Not in for the score, but enough for a first down. So they're going to get 4 chances now to punch it in from the 2-yard line. I noticed that number 2, Loesch, was on the sideline, so apparently he got worked a little bit too much on this drive. They're going to tape up his wrist, too. Looks like he's a little banged up. Inside handoff, and it went nowhere. It might have got a yard. So it's going to be, they did get a yard. It's going to be really close to the goal line. I didn't think he got that much. Second down, 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Score is 21-0. RC Byrd in the lead. And they had to call a timeout because the 30-second clock was down to 2. Let's go ahead and take a quick timeout ourselves as they're getting ready to try and punch it in from the 1-yard line. You're watching CES Channel 45's coverage of high school football. We're at the 1-foot line trying to punch it in for their 4th touchdown of the day. Cody Gilmore gets the handoff. A little bit of a miscommunication, but still not enough to stop the advance of Loesch there. It will be a touchdown for Zach Loesch. Gilmore and Loesch actually collided in the backfield. Don't know if quarterback or running back went the wrong way. Doesn't matter because ended up in 6 points no matter what happened. Jackson will be on hand to try another extra point. He is 3 for 3 on the evening. Maybe I just jinxed him. Snap, hold, good. Kick, good. And the score is 28-0. Let's go ahead and take another quick timeout. You're watching CAS Channel 45's coverage of high school football. We'll be giving you the Johnson Chiropractic game. Squib kick from RC Byrd, and it is picked up by Gerald. He's trying to stay on his feet, but he's eventually brought down at the 22-yard line. And that play was pretty much by design. That's the reason why you do that squib kick. It's tough to pick up. And if you can get some decent downfield coverage, you might end up with the ball yourself. So this time Gerald was able to pick it up finally, and finally brought down after about a 2-yard advance on the return. So South takes back over. And the problem is they just haven't had any time to basically set up their offense. The penetration has been there. Many times McMullen has got the snap, turned around and getting ready to hand off. If he does the fake handoff, it's going to be a bad thing because there's somebody in the backfield waiting to tackle him. There's a flag down. And they're going to call delay of game on South. I was not looking at the 25-second clock, so I don't know where it was. And another just small microcosm of just what's been happening today. Penalties have been at, there's never an opportune moment for a penalty, but there's definitely been a couple of situations that just happened at a very horrible time. McMullen tries a quick snap up the middle, and he is quickly brought down. Pretty much no gain on the play, so it'll be second down and 15. McMullen looks around. Gerald in motion. He gets the handoff, goes around the right end. He's got a couple of blockers, but that quickly goes away, and then he is brought down. Another flag on the play. Holding South. Another penalty. Not a whole lot to negate, but it will still go backwards. Declined. Probably a wise move. So make it 3rd down, 15, 14 on the play. Scrambling is McMullen, and finally brought down for a pretty large loss. They're just not having enough time to set up for a pass. McMullen, every time he goes back to pass, he's got 2 or 3 defenders on him. And no receivers open. So that's not the only time we've had 4th down and multiple yardage. That's actually the 2nd time it's been 4th down and 30 tonight. So deep in his own end zone is Trent James. And he awaits the snap. And gets a pretty decent punt off, but it's going to be caught at about the 38-yard line and lots of room to move for Griffin, excuse me. There's a flag down on the play. He's going to walk into the end zone, but they're going to call it back because of an illegal block. And there's a player down on the field for South, number 63, Brad Swisher, and he was the recipient, I believe, of that illegal block. So no touchdown. And for their troubles, they're going to start even farther back than where the punt was received at. So started at the 38-yard line of South. The offense comes back on the field. Minute 28 left in this 3rd quarter. Gilmore under center. And Swiger in motion. Hand off to Loesch. And goes around the right tackle, close to the R.C. Byrd sideline. Tackled by Fickeisen and a couple more Patriots. So about a 5-yard gain. Make it 4-yard or a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4. We're under a minute now in the 3rd quarter. Griffin out to the left. Swiger out to the right. Loesch in the backfield. Looks like Jeremy Wiggs is the fullback. He goes in motion. Gilmore drops back the pass. It's going to be a fade pattern. And touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful pass right there. Great catch by Swiger. And I saw Gilmore working on that play in warm-ups, and he does. He's not only does he have a rocket arm, but he also has a pinpoint arm as well. Good, accurate arm right there. So it's going to be another touchdown that makes it 34-0. And Jackson will be on again to attempt another extra point. And it's good again. 35-0. We're under a minute in the third quarter. We'll be back. South will try to score when we come back on CAS Channel 45. Happy birthday, CAS. Happy 30th birthday. And I'm just glad to know that I'm actually older than CAS. That just makes me feel really good. Home of the $95 triple play, though. Phone, internet, cable. What a great price. All from CAS. If you don't have it, get it. Squib kickoff once again. This time it ends up in the hands of Coe. He goes to the right sideline looking for some room to move. Still on his feet. There's going to be a flag down on the play. I don't know if that's going to be an illegal block. And from the reaction of Hunter Ferguson, I think it will be a legal block, legal use of hands, something to that magnitude. So it'll be from the spot of the foul. And boy, it's going to be a big one. They're going to mark it all the way back at the 18-yard line. So what's that all about? If it was from the spot of the foul, I think I was a little bit farther up the field, but I'm not going to be doing the math. So the Patriots take over on their own 17-yard line, first down and 10, 19 seconds left in this third quarter. Once again, the penetration just horrible. There are 2 or 3 defenders just waiting to make the tackle once the ball is handed off. And that will do it for the third quarter. We'll switch sides. We'll play one more quarter here at the Erickson All Sports Facility. 12 more minutes in the for the South Seniors when it comes to their home season. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. You're watching CAS Channel 45. And welcome back for fourth quarter coverage. Second down and 13 for the Patriots. Looks like we had a successful person with the Chick-fil-A field goal contest. Had to kick a 15-yard field goal, and the contestant did get it. I believe that means they get free Chick-fil-A for a month. It's a great prize. Ferguson with the ball, and again, 2 or 3 tacklers upon him, and just not able to do anything. There is one key loss on the line for this evening that we have not mentioned this evening. It was Jason Spar. He was ejected from the game against Morgantown last week because of fighting on the field. So that is a pretty substantial loss right there. He was one of the 3 senior linemen along with Seckman and Rollison. I don't know if that's exactly why there's so much pressure on McMullen today. And another very short gain, if anything. It's just the offense is just tough to come by for South tonight. Defense, I mean, there's a reason why RC Byrd is ranked as high as they are. They are going to do well in the postseason. A very well-balanced team, great passing attack, good running attack that we've seen. And the defense is very aggressive. Fourth down and a lot for South. Trent James will be on to punt again. Snap. And he's able to get the punt off. Garrett with it. The tackle missed by Ferguson, still on his feet. He's going to switch directions. He's going to come back to the middle of the field. Lots of room. Another touchdown. He actually returned that, and he caught it in the middle of the field. He started towards the right sideline, Found no room over there, got a couple blocks, was able to cut back to the left side, and basically pretty much untouched. Ferguson had the only real shot at it. So make the score 41-0. And what's turning out to be a bit of a statement game for R.C. Byrd. Snaps good, holds good, kicks good. Score 42-0 with 10:08 left in this contest. We'll be back with the kickoff on CAS Channel 45. And welcome back to a very quiet Erickson All Sports facility. R.C. Byrd in the lead, 42-0. And Jackson will kick it off once again. This one is a straight shot to Hunter Ferguson. He makes the catch. And now he looks for a little bit of room to go. And finally brought down about the 25-yard line. And the numbers that I'm looking at going onto the field looks like the same as what started the game for R.C. Byrd. So they're not putting in any second stringers in just yet. Now I do see a couple unfamiliar numbers. Now in the game for South at quarterback will be Cody Swearingen. And he hands the ball off. And again, tackled in the backfield. And I mean, it's not stopping. The ball snapped, and two to three R.C. Byrd players in the backfield waiting to make a tackle. And it's just I mean, they have had some positive movement, but I would probably with all the losses, they've got to be close to under 100 yards of total offense in the game. Another tackle for number 52, Ricky Wright, number 50, Nathan Romano. Again in the backfield, just waiting on the ball carrier. And that was a handoff to Sean Coe that will end up going for a loss. So another 4th down and long for the Patriots. Fourth down, 16. And South with an illegal substitution penalty. One player was trying to get off the field. Just not the right it's not the right coverage team on the field apparently. So James will get the snap. And a very good punt. It's going to bring it all the way past the 50-yard line. The ball was caught at the 42-yard line. And a great open field tackle there by number 79. And I wish I could tell you who he was, but I don't have him on the roster. So, but a great tackle nonetheless. And that great, and I don't want to definitely undershadow the punt from James too. It was a great high spiraling punt that actually, all told, it probably went close to 50 yards. So excellent punt there for James. And there's going to be a timeout called on the field. We'll go ahead and keep it here. I'm not sure who called the timeout. There's two left for each team. This game will be replayed Saturday night at 7 p.m., also Sunday night at 7 p.m. on CAS Channel 45. Next time we can bring you live coverage of a sporting event, it will be this coming Tuesday. We're going to be bringing you the volleyball match from the PHS Fieldhouse. PHS will be taking on Woodrow Wilson High School. That is their senior night, so we'll get to see some of their seniors. We brought you the first time a PHS volleyball match this last week when they took on South, and they defeated South in that ball game. So we're going to be seeing their senior night, and they'll be taking on, as I said, Woodrow Wilson High School. So be there for all the live action from the PHS Fieldhouse Tuesday night. PHS versus Woodrow Wilson. Do also want to send out a congratulations to PHS, the boys soccer team. They defeated South in the sectional 1-0, so they will now go on for the regional final. They'll be taking on Huntington High School. And congratulations to South on a great soccer season. Just a little bit too soon for them, I'm sure, but they still ended up having a pretty good season. It's going to be a handoff, a new quarterback in the game for RC Byrd, and there's also a flag down on the play. The new quarterback will be number 15, William Pecora. Illegal shift on the Eagles, so knock them back 5. So Coach Fisher for RC Byrd content with his offensive performance for this evening, and he should be content with the defensive performance as well. The starters will get the rest of the night off. In motion will be number 14, Mercurio Bermudez. Oh my. That handoff was to Cameron Daniels, I believe. It was number 10. No, it was number 13, which would make it Eustace Todd. On my media guide, we have him listed as the backup quarterback, so. So first down and 10, they're at the south 36-yard line. And handoff to number 40, Michael Willis. And he's brought down by Jeremy Hardman, junior defensive back. So second down and 4. Going to be a quick hitch pass out to the left to number 1, Tyron Holyfield. And tackled, but not after making a pretty decent gain there. That's going to be enough to move the sticks. They're going to spot the ball at the 19-yard line. And the second team offense moving the ball pretty nicely too. Motion. Umpire is going to call a penalty. Usually when he throws his flag, it's usually a false start or holding, and since how the play had not really materialized yet, false start. Knock him back 5. misdirection play. And a nice gain. I think that was Jeremiah Holyfield. Lots of dual names on this team. There's lots of brother combinations. About a 5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5. They're going to call another false start. This time the right lineman, right tackle. Second down and 9 from the 18-yard line. 4:26 left in the ball game. Hand the ball off to 32. Jordan Foster getting a lot of people involved in the offense. Another flag on the play. Another illegal shift. Lots of young, possibly inexperienced players. Not used to seeing a lot of varsity action on the field right now for RC Byrd. So we've seen a couple of false start penalties. We saw an illegal shift there. So just, probably just excited to be on the field kind of situation for varsity. And that's no knock on them. They're just young, inexperienced. And because of the score, they're going to get a little extra playing time. So that's when the mistakes usually happen, though. 2nd down, 15. Pitch to Foster, and he's met in the backfield. Oh, for crying out loud. It's going to be a penalty on South for pushing David Van Kirk. It's right out in the open. That's where the frustration just plain settles in. It's going to be a personal foul. So they were deep. It would have been a long 3rd down attempt. And Mr. Van Kirk's going to come off the field. Not necessarily ceremoniously. And replacing him will be Lyle Parsons. He's a 6'2", 249-pound sophomore offensive defensive lineman. So he'll be on the floor, on the field. So that negates a huge 3rd down and long. It will be now 1st down and goal. No, wait. It should be 1st down after the personal. They're going to say 2nd down. I'm not going to argue. 2nd down and 4. Apparently, even after that personal foul, it wasn't enough to get the 1st down. Handoff inside. Actually knocked over initially by his offensive lineman. Still able to get a couple of yards. Going to be close to a 1st down, but looks to be still a yard away. It might be close enough for a measurement after all. They will call for it. No, they won't. They'll just say 1st down. Apparently it was close enough. Receiver in motion. Hand the ball off. And he cuts back and he's able to get the score. That is number 32, Jordan Foster, 5'7", 160-pound running back, wide receiver. And he gets the score. That makes the score 48-0. Looks like they're going to go for an even 50. No kicker on the field. So Pecor will be under center. And it's going to be a quick fade pattern. It's caught. And it's inbounds for the 2-pointer. So put up 50 points now on the board. As they got the 2-point conversion, the score is 50, RC Byrd to Parkersburg South 0. And we got a 3:03 left on the clock. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Do want to make mention of our Wood County Tech Center students that are running cameras for us tonight. Joel Shingleton, senior, second year in the program. He is running one of the cameras. Also running camera, Lindsay Nost from Williamstown High School. Also, as I said, she's a student at the Wood County Tech Center, running the other camera. And it's a very essential part of the program for them to be able to get out and do some live sporting events. And we're really very thankful for the folks at CS that makes this possible, giving us top-notch, state-of-the-art equipment that we can go out and do this and bring you a good product and also learn at the same time. So I want to especially thank those folks. Great job from our students, though, running camera tonight. In the basketball season, there hopefully will be expanded duties for them as well, doing some play-by-play along the way, along with more graphics and working inside the trailer as well. So we'll be looking for a little bit more involvement for them in the winter season. And teeing up is number 12, Jacob Hill, the backup kicker. And it's, I think it was fun. Excuse me. And it looks like RC Byrd recovered that kickoff. Once again, once the ball is kicked, it's a live ball, and nobody was there to pick it up for South. There was a couple people that were close, but nobody could actually pick it up. And by the time there was a South player there was a couple RC Byrd players there. They're able to scoop up the kickoff. They take over on offense once again. And when it rains, it pours. Handoff around the outside corner. That is Justice Todd once again. .243 on a ticking clock left in the ball game. Some seniors that don't get normally a great deal of playing time on the floor, on the field right now for South. You got Cody Inman playing linebacker, Mitch Mills on the inside, on the line. Another handoff. Cody Inman almost with the tackle there. There's going to be a flag on the play. Finally brought down. There's going to be a hold, though, on RC Byrd. There's the official call. So second down and 15, it looks to be. Second and 17. And Pecor under center. Looks like a lineman actually left a little bit early once again. This time it was not called. In the sake of keeping that clock running, I'll agree with that. So it'll be a third down and about 12 for the first down. A minute 30 left in the game. Jordan Holiday also on the field for South. Let me see if I can catch some more numbers. 38, Josh Blair. He's a junior. Pecora with the snap. It's going to be a quick pass to the right sideline, and he just drops it. That was 38. Was it 38? Maybe that was 88. Cameron Jorgus. 4th down and 11. And why not kick it, Coach? So they're gonna call a timeout with 1:08 left in at this very important juncture of the game. Thanks a lot, R.C. Byrd, Coach. Here's a good shot of the Patriots. It's just been a tough year for South. This is that rebuilding year. First-year coach John Bolin, though. Just a lot of things that are going to happen. I have high hopes for this program. I think they're going to be they're going to do just fine. The program will grow, and the players will come around too. Lots of team speed for next year. Just lots of high hopes, and I think things are going to. You just got to be patient. I think they'll be back very, very soon. 4th down and 11. And they will run an offensive play. The punter is not on the field. It's Pecora still under center. He gets the snap, inside handoff, and tackled very quickly. Van Kirk on the. And so South will take over on downs. We got 1:01 left in the ball game. All right, let's start talking Johnson Chiropractic Player of the Game. And I would have to say that it would probably have to go to Jordan Griffin, who's the wide receiver for the Eagles. Fast, he had a couple of punt returns. He had actually 2 that went for touchdowns. One was called back eventually, but a couple of nice runs as well. Very athletic player, very fast player as well. He'll be our Johnson Chiropractor Player of the Game. Handoff there to number 26, Ryan Westbrook. And Coach Fisher gets the Gatorade shower for R.C. Byrd. You gotta love that when that happens on your home field. Hand off to Cody Inman, who's got a little bit of room to move, and he gets about a 5-yard gain. And they'll stop the clock just long enough to move the chains. Means South should have time for one more play. And they will not run another play, so that does it. And that does it for the 2007 football season here at the at the Erickson All Sports facility. And R.C. Byrd, number 2 team in the state, shows exactly why they are exactly that with the final score 50-0. Next week we bring you a PHS week. When it comes to sporting events, we'll bring the senior night from the volleyball team. It'll be Tuesday night once again when they take on Woodrow Wilson High School. And then the last sporting event of the fall season will be next Friday when we bring you the football game from PHS. And the opponent escapes me at the moment, but that will be the final 2 games that we bring you in the fall season. So thank you so much for joining us. For Lindsay Nost, our camera person, along with Joel Shingleton, our other camera people. To Jason, Keith, and Heather from CAS in the trailer, I am Mike Oblisk. Thank you so much for joining us once again on CAS Channel 45. Have a great evening.